Imagine a life where no matter the obstacles, the setbacks, or the chaos around you, you remain calm, focused, and unstoppable. Imagine being able to create the success, wealth, and fulfillment you've always wanted, not by luck, not by waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap, but by mastering the art of your own mind, your decisions, and your actions. This isn't some vague motivational speech or a temporary pep talk. This is the timeless philosophy of Stoicism, a system of thought developed thousands of years ago by the greatest minds of ancient Rome and Greece, and yet its principles are so powerful that they remain 100% relevant in today's fast-paced, chaotic world. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or living a joyless life. On the contrary, it teaches you how to harness your thoughts, control your responses, and focus only on what truly matters. The ancient Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood something revolutionary, that wealth, success, and freedom aren't handed to us. They are cultivated internally first. Before you can manifest money, opportunities, or recognition externally, you must first master the internal landscape of your mind. You must train yourself to see obstacles as opportunities, fear as fuel, and failure as feedback, a concept so radical that most people completely overlook it in the modern hustle. In this video, I'm going to reveal 10 Stoic rules that aren't just philosophical ideals, but practical tools you can apply immediately to your life to manifest everything you want: success, wealth, influence, and peace of mind. Each rule will challenge how you think, push you to question your current habits, and equip you with actionable strategies that bridge ancient wisdom and modern success principles. If you stick with me till the end of this video, you'll not only understand how to apply these principles, but you'll also discover why they work with such precision that even billionaires, top athletes, and high achievers unknowingly live by these same rules today. So, if you're ready to step into the mindset of a person who doesn't just dream about wealth and success, but actively manifests it with discipline, clarity, and unstoppable focus, then stay tuned. Because what you're about to learn will change the way you approach life, money, and power forever. Rule 1. Focus only on what you can control. The first and arguably most important rule in Stoicism, and the cornerstone of manifesting anything you want, is learning to focus solely on what is within your control. This principle might sound simple at first, but its power is profound. In life, most people waste enormous amounts of energy, time, and mental bandwidth worrying about things they can't influence: other people's opinions, market trends, past mistakes, random setbacks, or even natural events. The Stoics called this the difference between what is up to us and what is not up to us. They understood that true power and freedom come when you stop investing your emotional energy in what you cannot change and instead turn your focus entirely inward, toward your own thoughts, choices, and actions. Consider this carefully. Everything you want, success, wealth, influence, health, is ultimately the product of actions that begin within you. Your mindset, your daily habits, your discipline, and your focus determine outcomes far more than luck or external circumstances. When you obsess over what's outside your control, you become reactive. You let the world dictate your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately your results. But when you commit to focusing only on what you can control, something extraordinary happens. You gain clarity, efficiency, and resilience. You stop chasing distractions, stop wasting energy on complaining, blaming, or overanalyzing, and you channel every ounce of effort into actions that actually move the needle. Take wealth as an example. You cannot control the stock market, interest rates, or global crises, but you can control your skills, the knowledge you acquire, the consistency of your effort, and the quality of the decisions you make every single day. Apply this principle consistently, and you'll start to notice a transformation. Stress decreases, decisions become sharper, and opportunities start to present themselves because your energy is no longer scattered. Stoicism teaches that mastery of your internal world is the fastest route to mastery of the external world. The Stoics often said, "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the view he takes of them." In other words, your power to manifest everything you desire begins with controlling your perception, your attitude, and your response to the world. To put this into actionable terms, every morning, ask yourself, what is truly within my control today? Your time? Your effort? Your mindset? Your reactions? Invest all your energy there. Everything else, other people's opinions, the economy, unexpected setbacks, acknowledge, but do not obsess over. When you adopt this rule, you free your mind from unnecessary noise, sharpen your focus, and put yourself in a position to attract wealth and success naturally, because instead of reacting to life, you are creating your reality from a place of inner calm, clarity, and unstoppable momentum. Rule 2. Master your thoughts. Your mind creates your reality. If there is one place where your success, wealth, and manifestation journey truly begins, it is in your mind. The Stoics understood something that modern psychology is only now fully catching up with. Your thoughts shape your reality more than your circumstances ever will. Before anything exists in your external world, money, opportunities, influence, it is first created internally through your beliefs, your interpretations, and the silent conversations you have with yourself every single day. Most people are not aware of this, but they are constantly sabotaging their own success through uncontrolled thinking. They dwell on fear, replay past failures, imagine worst-case scenarios, and unknowingly program their minds to expect lack instead of abundance. The Stoics refused to live this way. They trained themselves to become observers of their thoughts rather than prisoners of them. They understood that just because a thought appears in your mind does not mean it is true, useful, or worth keeping. And this is where your power lies, the ability to choose which thoughts you entertain and which ones you reject. Think about it like this. If your mind is constantly feeding you thoughts like, "I'm not good enough, this won't work," or "success is for other people," then your actions will naturally align with those beliefs. You'll hesitate, procrastinate, play small, and avoid risks. But if you deliberately train your mind to focus on thoughts like, "I can learn this, every failure is feedback," and "opportunities are everywhere if I stay prepared," then your behavior changes. You become proactive, confident, and resilient. Over time, those internal shifts begin to reflect in your external reality. This is the real meaning of manifestation, not wishful thinking, but disciplined mental control backed by consistent action. The Stoics practiced something powerful called mental discipline. They would actively challenge negative thoughts and replace them with rational, empowering ones. For example, instead of saying, "This problem is too difficult," they would reframe it as, "This is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser." Instead of fearing rejection, they would see it as a necessary step towards success. This constant reframing trains your brain to stop seeing obstacles as threats and start seeing them as stepping stones. And once your mind adopts this perspective, you become almost unstoppable because nothing can easily shake your confidence or derail your progress. Here's how you apply this rule in your daily life. Start becoming aware of your thoughts throughout the day. Not occasionally, consistently. When a negative or limiting thought appears, pause and question it. Ask yourself, Is this thought helping me or holding me back? If it's holding you back, replace it immediately with a stronger, more constructive thought. This isn't about blind positivity. It's about choosing thoughts that empower action and growth. Over time, this practice rewires your mind, builds mental resilience, and aligns your thinking with success and abundance. When you master your thoughts, you gain control over your emotions. When you control your emotions, you control your actions. And when your actions are aligned with discipline, clarity, and purpose, your results become inevitable. This is how Stoicism teaches you to manifest everything you want, not by hoping, wishing, or waiting, but by training your mind to become a powerful, focused tool that works for you, not against you. Rule 3: Embrace discomfort. Growth lives where comfort dies. One of the harshest but most transformative truths in Stoicism is this: everything you want in life is on the other side of discomfort. Success, wealth, influence, discipline, confidence, none of these are built in comfort. Yet, most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations, challenging tasks, rejection, failure, and uncertainty. And in doing so, they unknowingly avoid growth, opportunity, and transformation. The Stoics saw this clearly and chose a completely different path. They didn't run from discomfort, they trained themselves to walk directly into it. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is a signal. It tells you that you are stepping into unfamiliar territory, stretching beyond your current limits, and evolving into a stronger version of yourself. Think about it. Every skill you've ever learned felt uncomfortable at the beginning. Every major breakthrough in your life required you to do something difficult, something uncertain, something that tested your limits. The problem is not discomfort itself. The problem is how you interpret it. Most people interpret discomfort as danger, as something to avoid. But the Stoics trained themselves to interpret discomfort as progress in disguise. When it comes to wealth and success, this principle becomes even more critical. Building something meaningful, whether it's a business, a career, or a personal brand, requires consistency in the face of discomfort. There will be days you don't feel motivated, moments when things don't work, times when people doubt you or even laugh at your vision. If you rely on comfort or motivation, you will quit. But if you train yourself to become comfortable with discomfort, you develop a level of resilience that most people never reach. And that resilience is what allows you to keep going when others stop. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort as a form of training. They would intentionally put themselves in uncomfortable situations, not to suffer, but to build mental strength. They would fast, endure cold, simplify their lifestyle, or challenge their routines, all to remind themselves that they could handle difficulty. Why? Because when real challenges came, they were already prepared. In your modern life, this might look like waking up early even when you don't feel like it, staying consistent with your work when results are slow, putting yourself out there despite fear, or learning new skills even when it feels frustrating. These are your modern forms of Stoic training. Here's how you apply this rule starting today. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks, start seeking them out. Each day, ask yourself, what is the one thing I'm avoiding that could move my life forward? Then do it, regardless of how uncomfortable it feels. Over time, your tolerance for discomfort increases. What once felt hard becomes normal. What once scared you becomes routine. And this is where the shift happens. You begin to outgrow the version of yourself that was limited by fear and hesitation. When you embrace discomfort, you unlock a powerful advantage. You become the person who does what others won't. And in a world where most people choose the easy path, Being willing to endure difficulty instantly sets you apart. This is how Stoicism helps you manifest success and wealth, not by making life easier, but by making you stronger, sharper, and unshakable in the face of anything life throws at you. Rule 4. Build relentless discipline. Consistency creates everything. If there is one trait that quietly sits behind every form of success, wealth, and influence, it is discipline. Not motivation. Not talent. Not luck. Discipline. The Stoics placed enormous value on self-discipline because they understood a simple but powerful truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems and habits. And those systems are built through consistent, disciplined action over time. Most people wait to feel ready before they act. They wait for motivation, the right mood, the perfect time, or a burst of inspiration. But here's the problem. Those things are unreliable. Motivation fades. Feelings change. Circumstances shift. If your progress depends on how you feel, then your results will always be inconsistent. The Stoics rejected this completely. They trained themselves to act based on principles, not emotions. Whether they felt like it or not, they showed up. Whether it was convenient or not, they executed. This is what separates those who talk about success from those who actually build it. Think about wealth creation or building a successful life. It is not one big action that changes everything. It is the accumulation of small, repeated actions done consistently over time. Waking up early, learning a skill daily, posting content consistently, improving your craft, saving and investing wisely. None of these feel extraordinary in the moment. In fact, they often feel boring, repetitive, and sometimes frustrating. But this is where most people fail. They underestimate the power of consistency because they are chasing quick results instead of long-term transformation. The Stoics, however, understood that greatness is built in the mundane, in the daily repetition of disciplined actions that compound over time. Discipline also gives you something far more valuable than results. It gives you control over your life. When you are disciplined, you are no longer controlled by distractions, laziness, or external pressures. You decide what needs to be done, and you do it. This creates a sense of self-respect and confidence that cannot be faked. You begin to trust yourself because you know that you follow through on your commitments. And that trust in yourself becomes the foundation upon which success is built. Without discipline, even the best ideas, opportunities, and talents will go to waste. The Stoics practiced daily discipline as a way of life. They believed in doing what is necessary, not what is easy. In your modern context, this means creating non-negotiable routines. It means setting clear standards for yourself and sticking to them, regardless of how you feel. For example, if your goal is to build wealth, then your discipline might look like showing up daily to work on your business, learning high-income skills, or consistently reaching out to potential clients or customers. If your goal is personal growth, it might be reading, reflecting, and improving yourself every single day without fail. Here's how you apply this rule. Stop relying on motivation and start building systems. Decide what actions are necessary for the life you want, then commit to doing them consistently. No excuses. Start small if you must, but be consistent. Over time, these small actions compound into massive results. And as you build discipline, something powerful happens. You become a person who doesn't just set goals, but actually achieves them. This is how Stoicism teaches manifestation in its rawest form, not through wishful thinking, but through relentless, disciplined execution. Because at the end of the day, success and wealth are not created by what you intend to do, they are created by what you do consistently. even when it's hard, even when it's boring, and even when no one is watching. Rule 5. Reframe failure. Turn every setback into fuel. One of the biggest differences between those who succeed massively and those who stay stuck is not intelligence, background, or even opportunity. It is how they interpret failure. Most people see failure as something negative, something to avoid, something that defines their limits. But the Stoics saw failure completely differently. To them, failure was not the opposite of success. It was an essential part of the process. In fact, they believed that every obstacle, every setback, and every disappointment carries within it the raw material for growth, improvement, and eventual success. Think about how most people react when things don't go their way. They get discouraged. They start doubting themselves. They overthink what went wrong, blame circumstances, or worse, they quit entirely. This reaction is what keeps them trapped. Because the moment you allow failure to define your identity, you stop taking action. You shrink. You play safe. And when you play safe, you limit your potential. The Stoics refused to give failure that kind of power. Instead, they trained themselves to see every setback as feedback, a piece of information that helps them adjust, improve, and come back stronger. This shift in perspective is incredibly powerful. When you no longer fear failure, you become free to take bold action. You start trying things others are too afraid to attempt. You experiment, you learn faster, and you build resilience with every experience. In the context of wealth and success, this is critical. No successful person gets it right the first time. Businesses fail. Strategies don't work. Opportunities fall through. But those who eventually succeed are the ones who take those failures, study them, and use them as stepping stones instead of stopping points. The Stoics had a mindset that can completely transform how you approach challenges. The obstacle is the way. What this means is that the very thing standing in your path is not there to block you. It is there to shape you. That rejection you experienced, it teaches you how to improve your communication. That failed attempt, it shows you what doesn't work so you can refine your strategy. That delay or setback, it forces you to become more patient, more strategic, and more prepared. When you start seeing obstacles this way, you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "How can this make me better?" In practical terms, applying this rule means changing your response to failure immediately. When something doesn't go as planned, don't dwell on frustration or self-pity. Instead, analyze it. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I do differently next time? How can I use this experience to improve? Then take that lesson and apply it. This keeps you moving forward, no matter what happens. Over time, you build an incredible level of resilience because nothing can stop you. You either win or you learn, and both outcomes move you closer to your goals. There's also a deeper level to this. When you train yourself to reframe failure, you remove the emotional weight attached to it. You stop taking setbacks personally. You understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a natural part of growth. And this emotional detachment allows you to stay calm, focused, and strategic, even in difficult situations. This is what gives you an edge. While others panic or quit, you adapt and continue. This is how Stoicism turns failure into a powerful tool for manifestation. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, you use them as fuel. Instead of stopping, you refine your approach. Instead of doubting yourself, you build confidence through experience. And over time, this mindset compounds into something unstoppable. a person who cannot be defeated because every challenge only makes them stronger. Rule 6. Practice detachment. Let go to attract more. At first glance, this rule might sound contradictory. How can you let go and still manifest everything you want? Shouldn't you be obsessed, constantly thinking about your goals, pushing harder, and holding tightly to your desires? This is exactly where most people get it wrong. The Stoics understood a deeper truth. Attachment creates anxiety, and anxiety disrupts clarity, focus, and effective action. In other words, when you become overly attached to outcomes, money, success, validation, you actually weaken your ability to achieve them. Attachment often shows up in subtle ways. You constantly worry about results. You check for progress too frequently. You feel frustrated when things don't happen fast enough. You tie your self-worth to whether you succeed or fail. And because of this, your emotions become unstable. You feel high when things go well and low when they don't. This emotional instability leads to poor decision-making, inconsistency, and burnout. The Stoics saw this clearly and chose a different approach. They focused deeply on effort, but remained detached from the outcome. Detachment does not mean you don't care. It means you care about the right things. You care about your actions, your discipline, your mindset, and your growth. But you do not cling desperately to results that are not fully within your control. This mindset gives you a powerful advantage. When you are detached, you operate with clarity. You make better decisions because you are not clouded by desperation or fear. You take calculated risks instead of emotional ones. You stay consistent because your motivation is not tied to immediate rewards. And ironically, this is what makes success and wealth come to you more naturally. Think about it in practical terms. Someone who is desperate for money often makes impulsive decisions, jumping into bad opportunities, chasing quick wins, or giving up too early when results don't come. But someone who is detached focuses on building value, improving skills, and executing consistently. They are patient. They trust the process. And because of this, they position themselves to attract better opportunities over time. This is the paradox. The less you cling, the more you allow things to flow toward you. The Stoics practiced this by constantly reminding themselves of what they could and could not control. They would put in their best effort, then mentally release the outcome. Whether they succeeded or failed, they remained steady. This emotional balance is what allowed them to stay effective over long periods of time. In your modern life, this might mean working on your business or goals daily, but not obsessing over immediate results. It means putting out content without constantly checking likes or engagement. It means building your skills without comparing yourself to others or rushing the process. Here's how you apply this rule. Focus intensely on your daily actions, but loosen your grip on the outcome. Set goals, yes, but don't let those goals control your emotions. Instead of asking, "Why haven't I achieved this yet?" ask, "Am I doing what is required consistently?" Shift your attention from results to process. Over time, this reduces stress, increases focus, and allows you to operate at your best. There's also a deeper benefit to detachment. It gives you peace of mind. When you are no longer emotionally dependent on outcomes, you become calm, centered, and resilient. You stop riding emotional highs and lows, and instead operate from a place of stability. And from that stability, you make better decisions, take smarter actions, and build something sustainable. This is how Stoicism reframes manifestation. It's not about obsessing over what you want, it's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it. And that happens when you combine disciplined action with emotional detachment. Because when you stop chasing desperately and start operating with calm confidence, you don't just pursue success and wealth. You begin to draw them toward you effortlessly through your mindset, actions, and presence. Rule 7: value time like your life depends on it, because it does. One of the most powerful perspectives the Stoics live by is this: time is your most valuable asset, and once it's gone, you can never get it back. Not money, not opportunities, not even relationships can compare to the importance of time. Yet, ironically, it is the one resource most people waste the most. They spend hours scrolling, procrastinating, overthinking, waiting for the right moment, or engaging in activities that add no real value to their lives. And while they do this, life quietly moves forward, opportunities pass, potential fades, and the future they dream about slowly slips further away. The Stoics had a very different relationship with time. They constantly reminded themselves of their mortality, not in a negative or fearful way, but as a source of urgency and clarity. This practice, often referred to as memento mori, meaning, remember that you will die, was not meant to scare them, but to awaken them. It forced them to ask a powerful question every day. If my time is limited, am I using it wisely? And when you truly internalize this idea, your priorities begin to shift. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter, and you start focusing on what truly moves your life forward. When it comes to success and wealth, this principle becomes even more critical. Every goal you have, whether it's building a business, mastering a skill, or achieving financial freedom, requires time. Not just any time, but focused, intentional, productive time. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to how they use their time daily. Successful individuals treat time like an investment. They allocate it carefully, protect it fiercely, and use it strategically. On the other hand, those who struggle often treat time casually, assuming they have more than enough, until they suddenly realize they've wasted years without meaningful progress. Think about your daily routine. How much of your time is actually spent doing things that move you closer to your goals? And how much of it is spent on distractions, comfort, or activities that bring short-term pleasure but no long-term benefit? This is where brutal honesty is required. Because if you're not intentional with your time, you are unintentionally giving it away. And every hour you lose is an hour you can never recover. The Stoics understood this deeply, which is why they lived with a sense of urgency, not rushing blindly, but moving with purpose and awareness. Applying this rule means becoming extremely conscious of how you spend your time. It means cutting out unnecessary distractions and replacing them with meaningful actions. It means prioritizing tasks that have long-term impact over those that provide instant gratification. For example, instead of spending hours consuming content, you could spend that time creating, learning, or building something valuable. Instead of delaying important work, you take action immediately, knowing that time lost cannot be regained. Another important aspect of this rule is understanding that valuing time is also about valuing your life. When you respect your time, you begin to respect yourself more. You stop tolerating activities, environments, or even people that waste your energy and distract you from your purpose. You become more selective, more focused, and more intentional with your decisions. And this level of awareness creates a powerful shift. You start living proactively instead of reactively. This is how Stoicism ties time to manifestation. The life you want is not created in a single moment. It is built day by day, hour by hour, decision by decision. And when you start treating your time as your most valuable resource, you naturally align your actions with your goals. You stop delaying your future and start building it in the present. Because at the end of the day, success and wealth are not just about what you do, they are about how consistently and intentionally you use the limited time you have. And those who understand this don't wait for the right moment. They create it, using every moment they have. Rule 8. Control your emotions. Emotional discipline is your hidden power. In a world where most people are driven by impulse, reaction, and feelings, the ability to control your emotions becomes a rare and powerful advantage. The Stoics understood this deeply. They knew that it's not events themselves that determine your success or failure, but how you respond to them emotionally. Two people can face the exact same situation. One reacts with panic, frustration, or fear, while the other remains calm, composed, and strategic. And over time, that difference in emotional response leads to completely different outcomes. Most people live reactively. When something good happens, they feel excited and motivated. When something goes wrong, they feel discouraged, anxious, or even defeated. Their actions depend on their emotions, and because emotions are unstable, their results become inconsistent. This is why many people struggle to build wealth or achieve long-term success. They are constantly being pulled in different directions by how they feel in the moment. The Stoics refused to live this way. They trained themselves to develop emotional discipline, which means feeling emotions without being controlled by them. Let's be clear, Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about understanding them, managing them, and choosing your response wisely. You will feel fear, doubt, frustration, excitement. It's part of being human. But the key is this: you don't have to act on every emotion you feel. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you should avoid taking action. Just because you feel frustrated doesn't mean you should quit. Just because you feel excited doesn't mean you should make impulsive decisions. Emotional discipline gives you the ability to pause, think, and respond in a way that aligns with your goals rather than your temporary feelings. In the pursuit of success and wealth, this becomes critical. There will be moments when things don't go as planned. Maybe a business idea fails, a strategy doesn't work, or progress feels slow. If you react emotionally, you might panic, change direction too quickly, or give up entirely. But if you remain calm and composed, you can analyze the situation, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. This calm, rational mindset is what allows you to make better decisions, even under pressure. And over time, those better decisions compound into better results. The Stoics practiced techniques to strengthen their emotional control. One of them was pausing before reacting. Instead of responding immediately to situations, they would take a moment to reflect and choose their response deliberately. Another was viewing situations objectively, separating facts from emotional interpretation. For example, instead of thinking, "This is a disaster," they would look at the situation and say, "This is a challenge that requires a solution." This shift in perspective reduces emotional intensity and increases clarity. In your daily life, applying this rule means becoming more aware of your emotional triggers. Notice what situations cause you to react impulsively: stress, criticism, delays, or uncertainty. When those moments arise, train yourself to pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what is the best response in this situation? Not the easiest response, not the most emotional one, the best one. Over time, this practice builds emotional strength, allowing you to stay grounded even in difficult situations. There's also a powerful long-term benefit to emotional discipline. It makes you more consistent. When your actions are no longer dictated by fluctuating emotions, you become reliable. You show up whether you feel like it or not. You stay focused whether things are going well or not. And this consistency is what ultimately leads to success. While others are stopping and starting based on how they feel, you continue moving forward steadily. This is how Stoicism turns emotional control into a tool for manifestation. When you master your emotions, you eliminate one of the biggest obstacles to success: your own reactions. You become calm in chaos, focused under pressure, and strategic in uncertainty. And in a world where most people are controlled by their emotions, this level of discipline doesn't just set you apart. It puts you in a position to consistently create the results others only talk about. Rule 9. Become self-reliant. Build power within, not dependence without. One of the most dangerous habits you can develop in life is dependence. Waiting for others to validate you, support you, guide you, or even save you. The Stoics rejected this mindset completely. They believed that true power comes from within, not from external approval, circumstances, or people. Because the moment your progress, happiness, or success depends on something outside of you, you lose control. And as we established earlier, anything you cannot control can easily become a source of frustration, delay, or limitation. Most people don't even realize how dependent they've become. They wait for motivation before taking action. They wait for the right opportunity instead of creating one. They depend on other people's opinions to make decisions. They rely on external validation, likes, comments, recognition, to feel worthy. And when those things are not present, they slow down, doubt themselves, or stop entirely. This is what keeps them stuck. Because their progress is tied to factors they cannot control. The Stoics saw this clearly and chose a different path. They trained themselves to become internally strong, independent, and self-sufficient in their thinking and actions. Self-reliance does not mean you never collaborate or learn from others. It means that at your core, you are not dependent on external factors to move forward. You don't need constant encouragement to stay disciplined. You don't need approval to take action. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You rely on your own principles, your own judgment, and your own ability to execute. This creates a powerful shift. You stop waiting and start acting. And in the world of success and wealth, this is everything. Because opportunities rarely come perfectly packaged. They often require you to take initiative, figure things out, and move forward without certainty. Think about it practically. If you are trying to build a business or create wealth, there will be moments when no one believes in your vision. There will be times when results are slow, when guidance is limited, and when things feel uncertain. If you depend on external validation or support to keep going, you will stop. But if you are self-reliant, you continue. You trust your process. You adjust when necessary, but you don't quit simply because things are difficult or unclear. This ability to keep moving forward independently is what gives you an edge over the majority of people. The Stoics built this mindset by constantly reminding themselves that their thoughts, actions, and character were their true sources of power. Most people move through life without a clear sense of purpose. They chase trends, follow what others are doing, or pursue goals that are not truly theirs. One moment they want wealth, the next moment they are distracted by comfort, validation, or comparison. This lack of direction creates confusion and inconsistency. And when challenges come, and they always do, these individuals struggle to stay committed because they don't have a strong enough reason to keep going. But when you have a clear purpose, everything changes. Your decisions become sharper. Your focus becomes stronger. and your ability to endure difficulty increases dramatically. Purpose acts as your internal compass. It tells you what matters and what doesn't. It helps you say no to distractions and yes to what truly moves your life forward. When you are aligned with your purpose, you don't need constant motivation, because your actions are driven by something deeper than temporary feelings. You wake up with direction. You work with intention. And even when things get hard, you continue, because you know why you started in the first place. This is what gives your efforts meaning and sustainability. In the context of success and wealth, purpose is what transforms short-term wins into long-term impact. Without purpose, you may achieve money or recognition, but it won't feel fulfilling. You'll constantly be searching for the next thing, never truly satisfied. But when your goals are aligned with a deeper mission, whether it's creating value, helping others, building something meaningful, or achieving personal excellence, your success becomes more than just external rewards. It becomes a reflection of who you are and what you stand for. The Stoics believed in living in alignment with their values and nature. They asked themselves daily whether their actions reflected the kind of person they wanted to become. This is a powerful practice you can adopt. Instead of just focusing on what you want to achieve, start focusing on who you want to become. Do you want to be disciplined? Resilient? Focused? Independent? Let your daily actions reflect that identity. At this point, you've seen something most people never truly understand, that success, wealth, and manifestation are not about luck, shortcuts, or chasing endless opportunities. They are about who you become. The Stoic rules we've covered are not just ideas to admire. They are principles to live by. Because at the end of the day, your results in life are a direct reflection of your mindset, your discipline, your actions, and your ability to stay focused in a world full of distractions. Think about it. If you truly apply what you've learned, focusing only on what you can control, mastering your thoughts, embracing discomfort, building relentless discipline, reframing failure, practicing detachment, valuing your time, controlling your emotions, becoming self-reliant, and living with purpose, you won't just want success and wealth, you will start to naturally attract and create them. Why? Because you are no longer operating like the average person. You are thinking differently, acting differently, and most importantly, you are becoming different. And that's the real secret most people miss. Manifestation is not about sitting back and hoping things come to you. It's about transforming yourself into someone who is capable, disciplined, and focused enough to create the life they desire. When you reach that level, opportunities begin to appear, not by coincidence, but because you are now prepared to recognize and seize them. Challenges no longer break you, they build you. Delays no longer discourage you, they refine you. And over time, this mindset compounds into results that seem extraordinary to others, but are simply the outcome of your consistent effort and clarity. But here's the truth, and this is where you need to be honest with yourself. None of this works if you just watch this video and move on. Knowledge without action changes nothing. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is execution. So don't try to apply everything at once. Start with one rule. Just one. Master it. Build it into your daily life. Then move to the next. Because small, consistent changes over time lead to massive transformation. Now, if this video opened your mind and gave you a new way to think about success, wealth, and discipline, then don't stop here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because this is where you learn how to build not just motivation, but real systems, real mindset, and real strategies that actually work in the real world. And before you go, I want you to do one thing. Drop a comment below and tell me, which of these Stoic rules are you going to start applying today? Because the moment you decide to take action is the moment your life begins to change.